Good evening. It's been a stop-start day of match racing at the St. Moritz match race, the fifth stage of the Alpari World Match Racing Tour 2012. Well, day 4 started with a thrilling conclusion to qualifiers, and no match had more riding on it than the one between Ian Williams and Bjorn Hansen in Flight 22. First versus second in the overall Tour leaderboard, the winner would go through to the quarterfinals and the loser would be going home. Here's how that race unfolded.
Williams, reigning world Apari match racing champion. Bjorn Hansen, the current leader of this 2012 Apari World Match Racing Tour. These two, the strongest teams in 2012 in the world. But it's unusual circumstances for both teams, as unusually Ian Williams finds himself in a position where he is in the next round. However, if he's able to beat Bjorn Hansen, he will knock Bjorn Hansen out of the competition. So this is a great opportunity for Ian Williams to put some points on the board over Bjorn Hansen. Bjorn has a 4-point lead at the moment, but that's, for mathematical reasons, going to extend as we move forward in the season to probably 10. Ian Williams, a past winner here in St. Moritz, so he knows he's got the form to progress through to the final. And if he beats Bjorn Hansen in this match, Bjorn Hansen will be one of the 5 skippers leaving as we progress through to the quarterfinals. So a great opportunity for Ian Williams and a must-win match for Bjorn Hansen and his team.
Bra, cut. Okej, ditåt. Ja, hela vägen. Ut med stor. Ut. Räcker. Backa. Nej, går inte. Segla. 2, 1, upp. Bra, och så igen. 2, 1, upp. Bra. Tid.
Kommer högervind snart, Björn.
Det är så.
Svänger det fortfarande lite vänster i det här?
Ja. Jag kommer ju inte nå honom igen, det är ingen idé att försöka med det. Var vill du vara rent placeringsmässigt mot honom, tror du? Slåsslä, eller? En gång till.
Jag vill vara Slåsslä.
Ja, bra.
Sen så skulle jag väl tänka mig försvara om vi är höga.
So, just concluding discussion with Tour Director Craig Mitchell out on the water. We can now confirm that this is actually must win for both skippers. So whoever wins this will go through to the final 8. Whoever loses will go home with their trousers around their ankles, back home, the loser of losers out in the first round of St. Moritz. So, in the final 38 seconds, Bjorn Hansen leading back. Ian Williams keeping him under pressure as we track back towards the line. 30 seconds to go. Final tack there from Williams as Hansen circles onto his stern. Williams has to get this tack in. I think we'll see Bjorn coming underneath him here. Good start here. Bjorn Hansen with the best of the positioning. Williams looks like he's in trouble. He's going to have to do a full 360 down towards the right-hand end of the line with only 5 seconds to go. Williams is parked, and it is Bjorn Hansen that is powering back towards the line. Some excellent pre-start manoeuvring from Bjorn Hansen in the dying 20 seconds. He has absolutely left Williams standing in the pre-start. Disaster strikes for Williams and GAC Pindar.
So a big shock dealt here in Switzerland as current world champion Ian Williams was sent home out of the competition by tour leader Bjorn Hansen. Well, here is how the results unfolded. Confirmation of those qualifying results in full for you. By topping qualifying, Laurie Jury went directly through to the semi-finals, and the remaining 6 skippers from 2nd to 7th, Johnny Bernson, Matthew Richard, Pierre-Antoine Morvan, Peter Gilmore, Keith Swinton and Bjorn Hansen were left to battle it out in the quarter-finals, whilst the remaining 5 skippers, Eric Monin, Josh Jr., Phil Robertson, Jerome Clare and Ian Williams, all exited the regatta. Well, on to the quarter-finals, and weather disrupted all of the match racing. A decision was made that it would run to 2 points rather than 3. All of the matches ran 2-0. Here's how they played out.
He is up against Johnny Bernson, and Keith Swinton, I think, managing to defend his lead around the racecourse as he makes his final jibe in towards the line. First blood to the young Australian, Johnny Bernson. He cleaned out of the pre-start. He was in strong shape, with Keith Swinton having to do that penalty, but Keith's found his way back into this match, and he will come through to take first blood in this quarter-final. So excellent sailing there from the young Australian. Come down and we can see Pierre-Antoine Morvan coming into the finish. He's ahead of Peter Gilmore of Yanmar Racing. And as he sails through the finish line, this will cement his position in those semi-finals. He joins Laurie Jury and Keith Swinton. He punches the air. He's pleased with that. An excellent performance. Here comes Mathieu Richard. He's coming through the lee of Bjorn Hansen down towards the finish line. I can see the spinnaker collapsing on board Bjorn Hansen as we speak. And Mathieu Richard has defied everyone right now and is sneaking through to leeward. We called this as not being over, and it certainly isn't. But Bjorn Hansen now jibes, and it's all Mathieu Richard. So he jibed into nothing. He completely stopped. But he positioned himself perfectly for the next line of breeze, and that really playing dividends as he is pointing at the line. He is still moving as we creep down into the light wind condition off the finish line. It is Mathieu Richard from France who is going to take the win over Bjorn Hansen and the Mekonomen sailing team.
So Keith Swinton, Pierre-Antoine Morvan and Mathieu Richard joined Laurie Jury in the semi-finals. And it is Jury who has been the man of this regatta so far. He joins me now. Laurie, thanks for talking to us. You had a bit of a rest day earlier. Managed to have a hot cup of tea and cocoa. Did you, getting that bye straight through to the semis?
Yeah, that was fantastic for us. You know, we went back up to the hotel and we got a view from our hotel room to watch the quarterfinals. And it just looks so tricky out there. We're just so happy not to be sailing and that stuff, and just to know that we're safely in the quarterfinals and the semi-finals, and it was good, yeah.
Is it fair to say that you quite favour these light conditions? You seem to do well in them.
Well, we did well the first day. It was actually quite windy, so it's hard to say. I think it's shifty and we're sailing the boats well, and yeah, hopefully it goes well for us.
And of course, let's go back to the very first race, Match Race Germany. And of course, the countback went against you there and you ended up losing out to Phil Robertson. Here, this could play very well into your hands.
Yeah, it's good to be on the right side of it this time. You know, it's something we don't have to worry about. You know, we just, if it doesn't happen, that's good for us. And if it does happen, we're ready to race. So it's really good to be in that position.
Have you been watching any of the quarters today? Who impressed you?
Yeah, we watched all the quarters. And, you know, out there, I just couldn't believe it. You know, it's so shifty and so hard. And I think all the guys went through 2-0, you know, and that's really saying something. I think it was really hard to pick who to race against because everyone, all the three, Matthew, Keith, and Pierre, they all looked really, really strong, you know. So we're going to have our work cut out, I think, for sure.
Well, we wish you well. Good luck for tomorrow. Of course, we will conclude the semi-finals and we will crown a winner here at St. Moritz Match Race, the 5th stage of the Alpari World Match Racing Tour 2012. Join us for more then. Bye for now.